Hey, welcome to your Virgo horoscopes for the week of the 17th to the 23rd. No planet in Virgo this week. We do continue to have Juno in Virgo. We also have the dark moon moving into Virgo this week as well. And focus is on your day-to-day schedule. What's interesting here, Juno, which relates to our relationships, and the dark moon, which is all about making drastic changes, not just it's time for me to implement this change. But waking up one day and saying, enough is enough, I'm ripping the shackles of my life off and completely changing it, turning it upside down and completely changing it. Most Virgos are not ones to do that in their day-to-day schedule, but at the same time, they very much are because it literally gets to a point where you just realize that the way things are going is just not working for you anymore, and you have to blow it up in order to change it. And that really is what the dark moon is all about. It's just about becoming so incredibly frustrated with the way things are that you dismantle it and put it back together in a structure that works best for you, if that makes sense. And that's really interesting coming up at this time of the year also. The Virgos would be focused on that, specifically because we are really, really trying to make sure that our schedules are working for productivity in the new year. And this is the perfect time to make sure that we are indeed doing that. As far as Juno is concerned, Juno is really all about making more time in your day-to-day schedule for those that you love, whether that is your partner, because Juno is known as the great consort. So really, when we're talking relationships, that's the number one relationship that Juno is referring to. But it does encompass all relationships to a point as well. And being that this is the week before a major holiday, it makes total sense that a lot of time is being taken up by these wonderful people that you absolutely adore and yet sometimes annoy the crap out of you. It's true. It's true. You don't have to be a Virgo to see it, okay? But I will say that most of the Virgos that I know do walk that fine line of these are my people and I love them the most, and these are my people and they get on my nerves the fastest. Because that is the truth, right? The more you love somebody, the more they're going to irritate the crap out of you. I don't know why that is, but it is a thing. I think that if I were to guess why that is, it has a lot to do with the fact that we deal with these personalities for long periods of time, especially if they're family, right? In terms of marriage, for example, I know all the best qualities in my husband. I know all the worst qualities in my husband as well, and he knows the same about me. And so you put up with those things for so many years. In the beginning, it's like, it's something I can live with, but it does get more and more difficult as time goes on. It's true. However, this time of year, annoying or not, it really does it puts you in a place where you're grateful and you're thankful to have that person to fight with, if that makes sense. I also feel, though, for Virgos that are not in relationships right now, that this is even more important of a time for you to be social, for you to incorporate time spent with others, whether it's family or friends, more time than you normally would at this time for a multitude of different reasons. It's not just because this is what you need, but it's also what others need as well. I mean, Virgos are the life of the party in many ways, and no party is really a party without at least one. more than one might be a problem, but without at least one, I love the energy that Virgos bring to a relationship. And that's what I love the most, actually, about the Virgos in my life is what they bring to the relationship. And not because I'm not bringing anything into the relationship. It's just so much fun. I mean, so much fun. Almost every single one of them that I've ever met. I've met a couple that, you know, narcissist is more the word to use with those ones, but that's an extreme case, of course, for the most part. Virgos really do kick some butt, and they're really a lot of fun to be around. I also feel that this week it's really necessary to make changes in terms of which relationships have time in your schedule and which don't actually. I think that one of the things that Virgos are a victim of more than any other sign in many cases is keeping on people specifically because they're family. And we just have to deal with that. And well, a lot of people do still do believe that. And I'm not saying don't. Personally, I have family members that I don't care to deal with, but I do because they're family. And then I have family members that I don't care to have any association with, and I don't. And it comes down to the level of what's healthy for me to deal with and what they're bringing to the table. And so I also feel like this is a time where you're really evaluating just how much time you want to allow those people to suck up of yours. And if you determine that it's now time to not allow those people to suck up any further energy from you anymore, you have that right to do that. And it is a very difficult decision to come to, especially when sometimes it's your marriage that you're deciding is over and done and you can't do anything else to it. It's even more difficult when it's your parents and you have to make that decision that your parents just aren't healthy for you. I can think of so many people in that situation right now, really struggling with, but this is my parent, and you don't do that to your parent. Knowing in that situation that the parent is the unhealthiest person in their lives and that that parent really is not helping them in any way and you can't help the parent. So this is a very difficult decision, I think, for a lot of people to make. Virgos really overthink this, which makes that decision really difficult, and they really feel it right down to their very toes. The anger that forces them to want to break those ties, but they're big hearts that don't want to hurt anybody's feelings either. It is a tough decision, but an evaluation of how much of your valuable time is going to be taken up by other people, especially when it's not a valuable use of time, is definitely something to think about before we get into the new year. When you limit the amount of people taking up that time, you have more time to focus on your goals, your success, and what you want to accomplish in the new year. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider clicking the link in the description and sending a tip or donation through my coffee link. I would really appreciate that. Also in the description, do take a look at the other link that's in the prescription. I am currently description. I am currently running a 25% discount for everybody on hour-long readings. Anybody that wants to connect with their loved ones in spirit for the holiday, I am offering a 25% discount for that. The promo code is in the description. Click the link. Make sure you put the promo code in there, and you can book your time right there through that link. And that includes payment, that includes picking your time on my schedule, that includes absolutely everything. All easy peasy. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys You guys always kick butt. So this week should be no different. I'll see you guys next week. Make it a great week.